Can I get a yeah, buddy? Lightweight.
Jay Cutler, ladies and gentlemen, is going to receive the Arnold Classic Lifetime Achievement Award. So,
You got it going on today. I got one, I think. I think I got one right here. Oh, you just took it. Yeah, I think that's true.
Is this on? Yeah. Tell him, Big Ron.
Is this thing on? Can y'all hear me out there? Can I get a yeah, buddy? Lightweight.
oh, we're finishing with that? Ain't nothing about a peanut?
Ain't nothing but a peanut. Yeah, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night is going to be a special moment here for Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, ladies and gentlemen, is going to receive the Arnold Classic Lifetime Achievement Award. So, Jay, I wanted to ask you, because when you put it into context and you look at the adoring fans here at the Arnold Classic, you look at everything, obviously, that Arnold Schwarzenegger has built up, everything you built up for your bodybuilding career. What does the Lifetime Achievement Award mean to you?
Man, it's a lot of great memories of the beginning to the midway to obviously the battles. Without you, Ronnie, it wouldn't have been possible. So, you know, and to be handed that by my idol, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, we all looked up to Arnold at one point. And, you know, to be able to be involved in the industry and be able to have this lengthy of a career, it's a true honor. To see all these faces come out every year, the new faces, and that continuous support that the community gives, it's truly overwhelming.
Well, Ronnie, I wanted to ask you because, oh, there we go. Look at me making Ronnie Coleman's live. How about that? Big honor for me. Ronnie, in 2021, there we go. We can make some noise. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Everybody here in the house to see two of the biggest bodybuilding legends this sport has ever seen, and truly two of the biggest reasons that everybody here in this arena are here. And Ronnie, I'm going to start with you on that note, because, you know, year in, year out, you make these appearances, you're up here on stage, facing your adoring fans. Do you ever wake up and think to yourself, is this real life, that I have touched so many lives? I have inspired so many millions of people who want to get in the gym, better themselves, and who look up to me.
Well, just about every other day, sometimes every day. I can still remember winning my first Mr. Olympia. And you know, for somebody like me who got into the sport of bodybuilding just to get a free membership to the gym, I have to almost pinch myself every single day. And every single day is a day of amazement, a day of excitement. And people always wonder why, you know, I'm always in a good mood. I have no reason whatsoever to be sad on any occasion, no matter what happens. Because when you live in a dream, that's what it feels like. It's the greatest day of your life every single day. And it don't get no better than that.
Well, Ronnie, I wanted to ask you, because in 2021, like Jay, tomorrow night's going to receive the Arnold Classic Lifetime Achievement Award. You received that in 2021. And the reason I wanted to bring it up, because, you know, for all that you've achieved in bodybuilding, I still remember that night you're giving your acceptance speech, and you had such emotion on your face. What did that honor mean to you, and how much did it mean to you to see Jay receiving that same award tomorrow night?
Well, I don't know if Jay feels the way I do about it, but I feel like that was one of the most important, most amazing award I could receive. Winning the Olympia was, you know, it was truly an honor. It was truly, for me, it was unexpected, something I thought would never ever happened. But winning that, being awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award was right up there with winning the Olympia, as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, for me and the person I am and where I came from, I'm living the dream each and every single day. And it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's always going to be that way, you know. There's nothing, I don't think, in this earth that can bring me down or bring me to a point where I'm not extremely happy and glad to be here.
Jay, I wanted to talk to you about this specific topic because, again, when you talk about Jay and Ronnie, it's almost to the point of Kobe, LeBron, Kobe, Steph. You don't need to even mention the last names. This is the greatest rivalry in all bodybuilding and really in the annals of sports in general. Jay and Ronnie is just synonymous for great in terms of rivalries. Jay, when you reflect back on some of the memories, some of the battles, the progression of this rivalry, you grew up essentially in your bodybuilding life idolizing Ronnie, then having to compete against Ronnie, going through the cycle of bitterness. He's your rival. But now the relationship that you two co-share in a sense is one that is on an inspirational platform. Talk to us in a capsule about this rivalry between you two.
I mean, it goes way back. I mean, we traveled a ton together. We would train together. We would eat together. We would laugh together. But when we showed up at the Olympia, we didn't talk to each other backstage. I mean, we were in separate rooms, and we were gunning for the same prize. And as you know history, Ronnie won a lot more than I did, when I thought I should have won one or two. And
wait, which years are we talking about here? Here's your YouTube title right here.
Ronnie said he was never threatened, but he looked nervous a couple of those.
Just like I know exactly what I need to do. So we're all doing pretty much the same thing, you know. We were working hard, thinking bodybuilding 24/7. We're doing the same thing day after day. And we all know you got to be dedicated, you got to be motivated, you got to make a ton of sacrifice. And you got to persevere because there's always something, you know, trying to stop you, you know. Some kind of injury, you know, so you always got to persevere. You always got to be faithful and keep the faith.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, you always got to believe in yourself, but I think passion is the most important thing, because if you don't have the passion, it's kind of hard, you know. I always say that you have passion for something, you never really work a day in your life. And a lot of times people always ask me how I was able to work full-time for the police department and do bodybuilding. That's because I had a lot of passion to do both of them. I look forward to going to work each and every day because I knew it was going to be a good day. And of course, you know, the gym, nothing's better than that for me. So of course I'm looking forward to going there each and every single day. So I say as long as you got passion for something, you never work a day in your life. You'll do it for free for the most part. I've done both for free. I worked police department for free for a while. And of course, when I was an amateur, do bodybuilding for free also.
Yeah. Jay, let me ask you, because, you know, we talk about dynastic champions. There was that initial moment where you finally overcame Ronnie, and you remember every little moment about it. You remember hearing your name called, having your hand raised, hoisting the Sandow Trophy, but then you have to defend your title, and again, and again. What lit that fire? What motivated you? Was it fear? Was it trying to keep somebody at bay? What kept you working so hard to stay on top? Obviously, you having to eventually win your title back again after relinquishing it once.
Yeah, I mean, when it's your dream as a child, when you start training, you know, I started training at the age 18, and just like Ronnie, we weren't immediately great when we got to Olympia stage. I was 15 out of 16 my first. I mean, he finished dead last.
Yeah, didn't
And
even call out.
to move up as much as we did to the front of the pack, we appreciate. But at the same time, it was a little bit of fear. It was fear of, not having the greatness, not having the ability, letting people down at that point. Once you got on top, you were recognized, and battling him for so many years, the expectations drive you. You go in the gym every day with a purpose. And I think if you have a game plan and you attack that game plan day in, day out, and listen, not every day is going to be the best days. You're going to go in the gyms, the workouts are going to be subpar from the last one. Like Ronnie said, there's a lot of obstacles and a lot of adversity you might have to push through, whether it's injury. I mean, look at the injuries he's pushed through. I mean, he blew his disc out way before even retirement, and I mean, he's battled through. And like he said, he's still training. If you guys follow us on social media, we still train almost more than everyone else that's competing now. So we love it.
Yep.
So that's kind of where I wanted to go next, because, when we talk to you both, you have such a joy, such a passion for the art of training. Now, for those that may be unaware of Ronnie's story, Ronnie was a standout college football player and was getting looks from the NFL. Suffered an injury, and the rest is history. But you got your start training at Metroflex.
Yep.
At Metroflex, and the owner of the gym, Brian Dobson, said to Ronnie, "Hey, Ronnie, look, if you compete," this is a funny quote. He goes, "You could be Mr. Olympia one day." Ronnie goes, "That's great." What's that? He had no idea. But he said, "Look, if you compete, you get to train at my gym for free." And it's legendary as far as what we hear about your training regimen. So for everybody here, we all train in our own way, our own shape. What was it about the art of training, the hardcore art of training, that drew you to bodybuilding and that remains with you to this day?
Well, you just said it. It was that free membership to the gym. When I first went to Metroflex, the first day I walked in the gym, Brian saw me. He's like, "Man, you got a pretty good physique there." It's like, "You compete?" I'm like, "No, dude, I've never competed." He's like, "Man, you should think about competing one day." I'm like, "No, that's okay. I just get this job at the police department." And I heard a lot of bad things about, bodybuilders where I'm from. It's like, no, it's not that bad. Well, the second day I came in now, he's still approaching me, trying to convince me to do bodybuilding. I'm like, "No, Brian, I told you yesterday, I'm not interested. I heard those guys have to diet. Me working for the police department, my background, I've never been interested in no kind of diet. I like eating hamburgers and pizza, all the good food that's not good for you." Well, this went on for about another 2 days when he's trying to convince me to compete. And he finally said, "I tell you what, it's like there's a show coming up in about 3-4 months away. He's like, I give you a free membership to the gym if you compete." Well, you know me, I'm like, "Dude, you should have led with that." Back then I was struggling real bad, having a hard time paying a lot of bills, and that's how I got into the sport of bodybuilding. It was a free membership to the gym. And I can still remember to this day, in 1997, I normally do spring shows in May and June or whatever. Well, this year, in 97, I decided, I'm gonna switch it up and try something different. So I did, with winter shows. I went to the Ironman, my first time ever doing it. I placed okay, but I wasn't real happy about some people that placed in front of me. One of them being a short guy, real short, but he's a good bodybuilder.
You're talking about Lee Priest.
Yeah, we talking about Lee Priest. Lee beat me, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's about 5'1", maybe 200 pounds, and I'm 5'11", about 250.
And there's an excerpt from the book about Lee Priest, and when he heard that his name was being called ahead of Ronnie, kind of looked back, and Ronnie had the smile on his face, and he remembers that to this day.
Yep. But we go on to the next show, the Arnold Classic. And this is my first time ever being in the Arnold Classic. You know, the Arnold Classic is an invitation-only show. For like 2 or 3 years, you know, I was turned down, and they wouldn't let me do it, but they didn't invite me. But this being 97, you know, I worked my way into a little popularity. So we go into the show, and Lee Priest is beating me again. Right now, I'm close to depression. And I get back to my room, you know, I started thinking, I don't really need bodybuilding. I got a job, police department, you know, I'm making good money there, and, you know, I got good benefits and everything. I look at my girlfriend, and I tell her, Vicky, you know what? I'm done with this bodybuilding thing. I don't need this, you know. This is not really meant for me, especially when you got guys like beat me that I don't think should beat me. And she looked at me and she said, boy, shut up. You know, I thought about it for about 2 seconds. I'm like, damn, you're right. If I quit bodybuilding, I lose my free membership to the gym. So, of course, I didn't quit. I continued on because I didn't want to lose my free membership to the gym.
Free membership and about 8 Olympia titles, not a bad deal. But Jay, talking about training in general, I was actually watching your podcast last week where you were previewing the Arnold Classic, and I remember you were talking about a story about during your competition days, again, you got into the sport for the love of training. You love to go in, you love to challenge yourself, but during competition season, dieting for a show, obviously that was going to detract from what you were able to do in the gym. Talk to us about, you know, sort of the cycles as far as training, getting into bodybuilding, being a top-end bodybuilder, and now how you've maybe evolved in terms of your own practice and joy for training.
Yeah, I think, you know, when I started training at 18, I joined the gym because I just wanted to have a better body. And to be honest, when I got in there and I was training about 2 hours a day at the time, which was probably